All right, so get this right. Today, we're diving deep, deep into the world of pyramids.
Oh, yeah.
But we're not just talking about, like, the ones you see in all the pictures and the documentaries and stuff.
Right.
We're talking about a mysterious book
Okay.
called The Secret Power of the Pyramid Book. And get this, it claims to unlock their hidden energy.
Wow.
I know, it's like, whoa! Like, did ancient cultures, right, worldwide, like all over the globe, did they build pyramids for, like, some shared deeper purpose,
Yeah.
beyond what we think?
Right.
And could we, like, tap into that power today?
It really makes you wonder, because, I mean, you look at pyramids, they're found on almost every continent.
Oh, totally.
From Giza to Mesoamerica.
Yeah.
They just captivate us with their grandeur and this total sense of mystery.
Yeah.
And this book, it was supposedly discovered in a hidden chamber
What?
near Saqqara, Egypt,
No way.
in 1921. And it might hold some of the answers. Yeah, it suggests that the shape of the pyramid, like the shape itself, is actually a key to understanding its function.
Okay, so we've got this book discovered by Dr. Eleanor West's expedition.
Yeah.
And it's not your typical ancient text, right?
Not at all.
I mean, it was written in hieratic script,
Uh-huh.
which is like a cursive form of hieroglyphs,
It is.
which wasn't exactly, a walk in the park to decipher.
You can imagine.
Right.
It was a real challenge, yeah. I mean, hieratic script was what they used for, like, all the religious and literary texts in ancient Egypt.
Ah. Oh,
So
okay.
deciphering it was like cracking a code.
Wow.
But what researchers found in those pages
Yeah.
was even more intriguing.
Really?
The book, it refers to things like energy channels and celestial alignment.
Energy channels.
Yeah.
Celestial alignment.
Yeah.
We're pushing into some pretty interesting territory here.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's these recurring symbols in the book too,
Yeah.
like the helix, a sun disk, and something called like a benben stone.
That's right.
What is the significance of those?
Well, the Benben stone, that was considered a sacred relic in ancient Egypt. And they connected it to, like, creation myths and the sun god Ra.
Wow.
And the book kind of seems to suggest that these symbols, when you combine them with the pyramid shape, they might be instructions for something more,
Okay.
like a blueprint for harnessing energy.
Okay, you've definitely got my attention now.
Good.
There's this one line that really jumped out at me when I was reading this.
Yeah.
The shape is the key. Within lies the force of life.
Right.
I mean, how can you not be intrigued by that?
Yeah.
What is that even talking about? Is this talking about some literal energy source?
Yeah.
Or is it something like more symbolic?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
So-
The book seems to blend scientific and spiritual concepts. Now let's fast forward a little bit
Okay.
to the 20th century,
All right.
1970 to be exact.
Okay.
A Czech engineer named Karel Drobal, he patented a pyramid-shaped device for sharpening razor blades.
Wait, a pyramid that sharpens razors?
Yeah.
How did he even come up with that idea?
I know, it sounds pretty wild, right?
Yeah.
But his patent application actually details his theory.
Okay.
And he believed that the pyramid shape focused some specific type of energy
Uh-huh.
that interacted with the metal and preserved its sharpness.
So was there any, like, scientific basis for his claim?
Well, of course, it wasn't exactly a rigorous scientific study.
Right.
I mean, it relied on anecdotal evidence
Yeah.
and observation rather than, like, controlled experiments.
Sure.
So while it sparked, interest in pyramid power, the scientific community, they remain skeptical.
So we've got this ancient book claiming that the pyramid shape holds the force of life.
Yeah.
And then centuries later, we have this inventor claiming it can sharpen razors.
Is that just a coincidence?
Yeah.
Or is there, like, something more to it?
It is a very interesting parallel, for sure.
Yeah.
And while Drabal's razor sharpener, it wasn't exactly a scientific breakthrough,
Sure.
it did inspire further experimentation.
Oh, okay.
Researchers started exploring the effects of pyramid shapes on various things,
So what?
like plant growth, for example,
Okay.
or water crystallization.
And what did they find?
Well, some of the results were intriguing, to say the least.
Really?
There were reports of plants growing more rapidly and robustly
Uh-huh.
under pyramid-shaped structures.
Okay.
And there was even a study that observed water crystallizing into more symmetrical, like snowflake-like patterns.
Wow, symmetrical snowflakes.
Yeah.
Now that's a visual I can get behind.
Right. But how does this connect back to the Pyramid Book?
Right.
Does it offer any explanation for these effects?
Well, remember those detailed diagrams of energy flow within the pyramid structure?
Yeah.
The book, it doesn't explicitly mention, like, razor blades or snowflakes.
Right.
But those diagrams, when you combine them with the recurring symbols, they might hold some clues.
Oh, okay.
It's like the ancient Egyptians were tapping into something that we're only beginning to understand now with our modern scientific tools.
Okay, so maybe there is something to this whole pyramid energy thing, but how do we move beyond just like anecdotal evidence and get some real scientific backing for these claims?
Well, in 2020, Dr. Amelia Carter, she conducted a study building precise pyramid models and using sensitive equipment to detect any unusual energy patterns.
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat here. What did she find?
Well, she actually detected microcurrents flowing within the pyramid models.
No way.
Yeah, we're talking about measurable electrical energy.
Wow.
But not in the way you'd expect.
Okay.
It's as if the pyramid shape is somehow focusing and directing these unseen energy currents.
Microcurrents.
Yeah.
This is getting really interesting.
Yeah.
Is there any way to know if these microcurrents are related to what the book calls the force of life?
That's a great question. And it's something that researchers are still investigating.
Okay.
But what's clear is that Dr. Carter's study, it adds a layer of scientific credibility
Yeah.
to the idea that pyramids might be interacting with energy
Yeah.
in ways we're only beginning to understand.
So we've gone from ancient texts to razor blades to microcurrents. It's like we're piecing together this puzzle,
Uh-huh.
but we're still missing some key pieces.
Right.
What other aspects of the Pyramid Book could help us understand this pyramid power phenomenon?
Well, the book also it delves into some of the more esoteric aspects of pyramid energy,
Sure.
particularly its potential effects on human consciousness and spiritual experiences.
Oh.
It's a whole other layer of this mystery
Right.
that we need to unpack.
We're back, and we're about to get into some of the more mystical aspects of the Pyramid Book.
Okay.
Before the break, we were talking about microcurrents.
Yeah.
And the possibility that pyramids might be doing, a lot more than just sitting there looking impressive.
Right.
So what does the book say about the, the human side of this, the
Yeah.
potential effects on consciousness?
Well, you've hit on a really fascinating aspect of this ancient text. The Pyramid Book, it doesn't just talk about energy, in a purely physical sense.
Right.
It connects it to what we might call spirituality or consciousness.
Okay, so we're venturing into territory that might make some people, raise an eyebrow.
Right.
But hey, that's what the deep dive is all about, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Exploring the unknown.
Absolutely.
So what exactly does the book say about these potential effects on consciousness?
Well, it mentions something called cause journey.
Cause journey.
Yeah, referring to the soul's ascension
Okay.
in ancient Egyptian belief.
Okay.
And the book, it kind of suggests that the pyramid shape can act as a conduit.
A conduit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Enhancing spiritual awareness and facilitating this journey.
Hold on. A conduit for the soul's ascension.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to break that down for me a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
What would that even look like, in a practical sense? Are we talking about like out-of-body experiences,
Yeah.
visions, that kind of thing?
You're on the right track.
Okay.
There are numerous accounts of people experiencing like heightened states of awareness,
Okay.
profound insights,
Yeah.
even vivid visions
Mm.
while meditating inside or under pyramids.
Really?
The book doesn't, go into great detail,
Right.
but it seems to suggest that the pyramid shape, when combined with specific practices,
Mm-hmm.
can create a resonance with higher levels of consciousness.
So it's not just about like the pyramid itself.
What?
It's also about like how you interact with it.
Right.
The intentions you bring to the experience.
Precisely, yeah. Remember, the ancient Egyptians, they really believed in the power of intention and ritual.
Right.
It wasn't just about like the physical structure, but also about the mental and spiritual energy that you brought to it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, like visions and mystical experiences, those can be, pretty subjective. So
Sure.
so how do we separate genuine effects from, say, like the power of suggestion or imagination?
That's a valid point.
Yeah.
And that's where critical thinking really comes in.
Mhm.
We shouldn't just accept these accounts at face value.
Right.
But there's a compelling statistic.
Okay.
A 2018 survey found that 68%
68%.
of people who regularly meditate under pyramid structures,
Mm-hmm.
they report a sense of renewed vitality.
Mm.
It's not exactly scientific proof,
Right.
but it does suggest that something's going on.
68%, that's a pretty significant number.
It is.
Are there any theories about why people might be experiencing these effects?
Yeah.
Is it something about the pyramid shape itself?
Yeah.
Or could it be, something else entirely?
Well, there are a few theories.
Okay.
Some researchers believe that the pyramid shape, it might create a unique electromagnetic field
Uh-huh.
that interacts with the human body and mind.
Okay.
Others suggest that it could be related to the acoustics within the pyramid,
Hmm.
that certain frequencies might induce altered states of consciousness.
Mm.
And of course, there's always the possibility that it's simply a placebo effect.
Right.
That the belief in pyramid power is actually creating the experience itself.
So multiple possibilities.
Yeah.
It's probably a combination of factors.
Most likely, yeah.
But this all sounds pretty out there.
It does.
I mean, is there any way to test these theories in a more like rigorous scientific way?
Well, that's the challenge with studying consciousness, right?
Right.
It's not as easy to measure as, the speed of light
Right.
or the strength of a magnetic field.
Sure.
But there are researchers who are using brain imaging techniques
Okay.
like EEG and fMRI
Okay.
to study the effects of meditation
Okay.
and other practices
Right.
within pyramid structures.
Okay, that's interesting.
It's still early days,
Right.
but it's a promising avenue of research.
Okay, so let's say for a minute, right,
Yeah.
that this pyramid energy or whatever you want to call it
Right.
is real,
Okay.
and it can affect our consciousness.
Hmm.
What are the implications of that?
Yeah.
Could we use it for something more than just personal growth and spiritual exploration?
That's a question worth pondering.
That's
If the pyramid shape can truly, amplify intention and enhance awareness,
Uh-huh.
imagine the possibilities.
Wow.
Could we use it for healing,
Yeah.
for problem solving,
Hmm.
for fostering like greater understanding and compassion in the world?
You're really making me think here.
Mhm.
It's like we've stumbled upon this potential tool.
Yeah.
But we're not quite sure like how to use it yet.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like being handed this powerful piece of technology,
Right.
but without an instruction manual.
Yeah.
The pyramid book offers some clues,
Right.
but ultimately, it's up to us to explore, to
Yeah.
experiment,
Yeah.
and to discover the true potential of this ancient wisdom.
Okay, let's shift gears for a minute. We've been talking a lot about energy,
Right.
but but there's another aspect of the pyramid book that I found intriguing.
Sure.
The connection to sound.
Hmm.
Tell me more about that.
Ah, yes, yes. The book it hints at the power of sound, especially when used within a pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
It suggests that specific sounds, particularly like chants or mantras,
Right.
can amplify energy and create profound effects.
So we're talking about something akin to what we see in various cultures around the world.
Yeah.
The use of chanting and sacred sounds for spiritual purposes.
Precisely. Yeah. The ancient Egyptians, they believed that sound was this powerful creative force
Wow.
They saw the universe as this symphony of vibrations, and they believed that certain sounds could harmonize with those vibrations, creating resonance and affecting reality itself.
I'm starting to see how this all ties together. The pyramid shape,
Right.
the energy it focuses, and then the use of sound
Right.
to amplify and direct that energy. It's like an orchestra.
Yeah.
With the pyramid as the instrument, and sound as the conductor.
That's a beautiful analogy.
Thanks. The book itself doesn't really go into like great detail about specific sounds or techniques, but it emphasizes the importance of using sound with intention and awareness.
Yeah.
It also mentions the Ben stone again.
It does.
Suggesting it might have played a role in amplifying sound within the pyramid.
It's possible.
The Ben stone keeps popping up. It seems to be like a key element in this whole pyramid power equation.
It does seem that way.
But how exactly did they use sound within the pyramids? Do we have any like archaeological evidence to support these claims?
That's a good question, and it's something that's still being debated, by archaeologists and historians.
Yeah.
There's evidence that the ancient Egyptians, they used music and chanting extensively in their rituals and ceremonies. And some researchers, they believe that the chambers and passageways within the pyramids, they might have been designed to create specific acoustic effects.
So they might have used the pyramid's architecture to enhance the power of sound?
It's possible, yeah.
That's fascinating. But is there any way to know what those sounds actually were?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not talking about like sheet music here, right?
No. Unfortunately, we don't have any recordings or detailed descriptions of the exact sounds that they used.
Yeah.
However, there are researchers who are studying ancient texts and symbols.
Okay.
And trying to reconstruct possible chants and melodies based on their understanding of Egyptian cosmology and mythology.
It's like we're trying to piece together a lost symphony.
Yeah.
And if we could somehow recreate those sounds, what do you think would happen? Could we actually experience the effects that the pyramid book describes?
That's a tantalizing question.
Yeah.
Imagine being able to stand inside a pyramid and hear the same sounds that ancient priests and initiates used thousands of years ago.
Wow.
It could be a profound experience, a way to connect with lost wisdom, and perhaps unlock hidden potentials within ourselves.
Okay, now I'm really curious.
Good.
Are there any researchers actually trying to recreate those sounds and conduct experiments?
There are a few groups around the world who are doing just that.
Wow.
They're combining their knowledge of ancient Egyptian culture, music theory, and acoustics to develop what they call pyramid sound healing techniques. And they believe that by using the right sounds in the right setting, we can tap into this healing and transformative power of the pyramids.
So we've got this ancient book claiming that pyramids can do, all sorts of incredible things. And now we have modern researchers trying to recreate the ancient sounds that might have been used to activate those powers.
Exactly.
It's like science fiction meeting ancient history.
It is a fascinating convergence of the old and the new.
Totally.
And it speaks to the enduring power of the pyramids and the mysteries that they hold.
Right.
Who knows what other secrets we might uncover as we continue to explore this ancient wisdom with a modern perspective.
So we're wrapping up our deep dive into the secret power of the pyramid book. Yeah. And I have to say, it's been quite a journey.
It had.
We've explored everything from ancient symbols and scientific studies to personal experiences and the potential of sound. But I'm curious, what are some of the biggest takeaways for you?
Well, I think for me, it's the idea that the pyramid is more than just a physical structure. You know, it's a symbol,
right?
A representation of concentrated energy, a point where like the material and immaterial intersect. And the pyramid book, it seems to suggest that we can tap into this energy,
right?
Not just to understand the universe, but to shape our own lives and maybe even, you know, the world around us.
You know, that makes me think about all the different ways people have interpreted pyramids throughout history, right? Some see them as tombs, others as astronomical observatories. And now, you know, we're exploring the idea that they could be powerful energy generators. Or even consciousness amplifiers.
It's like each generation, you know, brings its own perspective. And uncovers new layers of meaning.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that's what makes this so fascinating, right?
Yes.
We're not just looking at like static historical relics. We're engaging with a living mystery, you know, a puzzle that continues to reveal itself as we ask new questions and explore new possibilities.
I agree.
Speaking of new possibilities, one of the things that struck me about the Pyramid book was its emphasis on intention. You know, it suggests that the pyramid can amplify our intentions, both positive and negative.
It's true.
That's a pretty powerful concept.
It is.
And maybe a little bit daunting. I mean, if we're not careful, could we end up misusing this power?
Well, that's a crucial point, and the book does address it. It emphasizes the importance of aligning our intentions with a higher purpose, you know, with the well-being of ourselves and others, and it cautions against using pyramid energy for selfish gain, or manipulation.
So it's not just about like learning how to harness pyramid power. It's also about developing the wisdom and the ethical understanding to use it responsibly.
It is,
It's like any powerful technology, you know, it can be used for good or for ill, depending on the intentions of the user.
The book reminds us that true power, you know, it lies in aligning ourselves with the natural harmony of the universe, not in trying to bend it to our will.
Okay, so let's say we take all of this to heart, right? We approach this pyramid energy with respect, with good intentions, and with a genuine desire to learn and grow what might be possible. Could we actually use this knowledge to make a positive impact on the world?
Well, the book suggests that the potential is vast. It talks about using pyramid energy for healing, for enhancing creativity, for fostering peace and understanding.
Wow.
It even hints at the possibility of influencing weather patterns.
Really?
Or mitigating natural disasters.
Now I know we have to be careful about, you know, making claims that sound too far-fetched. But if even a fraction of what the book suggests is true, I mean, the implications are pretty mind-blowing.
They are,
We could be talking about a whole new paradigm for understanding and interacting with the world around us.
Imagine a world where we've rediscovered the knowledge and techniques to harness pyramid energy. You know? For the benefit of all. We could use it to develop sustainable energy sources. To create new forms of healing. To foster greater connection and compassion. Between people.
It's a vision of a future that's both, you know, exciting and inspiring.
It is,
It's a future where science and spirituality aren't seen as separate domains, but rather as two sides of the same coin, you know? Working together to unlock the full potential of human consciousness and create a more harmonious world.
And perhaps, as we continue to explore the mysteries of the pyramid, we'll not only rediscover lost knowledge, but also unlock hidden potentials within ourselves.
Right.
Maybe the true power of the pyramid lies not just in its shape or energy, but in its ability to inspire us, to reach beyond our limitations and strive for something greater.
We've covered a lot of ground in this in this deep dive.
Yeah.
And I know some of it might sound like, something out of a science fiction novel.
Right.
But I think that's the beauty of it,
Yeah.
The Secret Power of the Pyramid book, it challenges us to question our assumptions, to explore new possibilities, and to consider that there might be more to the universe than we currently understand.
It's a reminder that the journey of discovery, it never truly ends.
It doesn't.
There's always more to learn,
right?
More to explore, and more to uncover.
Yeah.
Who knows what other secrets might be waiting for us? Just beneath the surface of what we think we know.
And who knows? Maybe one day we'll look back on this conversation and realize that we were just at the beginning of a whole new era of understanding.
Of understanding.
An era where the wisdom of the ancients meets the ingenuity of the modern world to create something truly extraordinary.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been my pleasure.
We'll leave you with that thought.
Yeah.
And we encourage you to continue your own exploration of this fascinating subject.